This is our granddaddy, James Vanvactor, and this is our story.
Okay, my association with hospice has been great because of the nurse I have. We have, she's been like one of our own children, and so we've enjoyed having her. The pain that I've been experiencing, the medication they got me on, is really helping me a whole lot. I have some problems, but overall, hospice, the name hospice, doesn't mean that I'm gonna die real quick or anything. To me, it's just another the way of helping people that need help. And I've got a wife and I got a daughter that's both been in hospice. And I've known about hospice for years, but no, hospice, the name doesn't bother me. In fact, I think it's really great. Hospice is out there for people that need them, you know, and that really, is about the only thing that I can say that it's just great. I mean, they're like angels, you know, that come in, help you survive until the time comes. And I am glad to be associated with hospice. And if anybody else out there that's having problems, don't, if you're scared of hospice, don't be, because it's nothing to be scared of. It's something great that will help you a lot. And so just, you know, uh, don't be scared of it. And I hope I've said something that might help somebody else sometime along the line. And it'll help them figure out what they want to do. You know, uh, I figure, as long as I'm in hospice, that I'm gonna be getting the best care that I can possibly get. So that's about all I can say.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the wife. I'm also has quite a bit of experience with hospice since I worked for hospice 20 years ago, and I'm currently on a PRN status with them. So, yes, I'm a big supporter of hospice. There are myths out there, I believe, about hospice. One of the biggest ones I hear going in patients' homes is that we're there to kill them. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here to make the patient comfortable. We're all going to die one time or another. But in the last stages of life, we're there to help maintain comfort and help the family to deal with a new situation in life. We discharge quite a few patients from hospice because of the care that we give. We provide care that other agencies are not able to provide. We're in the homes frequently, so we know what the patient needs and provide those needs. We do not do anything that the patients or families do not want us to do. If they want us to do something, we can do it, or make our best effort to do it, should I say. But if they don't want to take certain medicines, they don't have to. We can make recommendations. That's all we can do. I'm a big supporter, obviously, and they've helped my husband so much. Chris has been an excellent nurse, and she cares, as do all the hospice nurses. They care about their patients. What his biggest help has been is pain control. And before this, he's had a miserable year before this of lack of pain control. And his pain has been so much better that he's able to do a few more things that he wasn't able to do. So the quality of life has been significantly better.
Peyton. I'm my granddad's grandson, and honestly, the name hospice was really scary for me at first because I kind of felt like it was, like my grandmother said, they were just gonna help him die, and um, you know, the first time I met Chris, it was pretty fun. I mean, she's a wonderful nurse. She's very, very nice to my granddad, and she's helped him out a lot, I can tell. And I'm not, scared of hospice anymore because, even though my mom has worked in hospice, she obviously couldn't tell me many stories about her patients, but I just inferred that it was all just going to be about, death and, stuff like that. But no, it's not. It's a way to help people who are going through this, and it helps the family out a lot too. And I just want to say thank you, hospice. Hello, my name's Austin, and our experience with hospice has been very great. Last year, my grandfather was in a lot of pain. He couldn't walk or do many things that he could. I've been his best friend for a long time, and whenever I was smaller, it's just he was in a lot better shape. And until last year, his condition was a lot worse. But hospice has helped him control a lot of pain, and it just really helped him out a whole lot in his life. I know he loves it, and that nurse, his nurse Chris, she's like his daughter, and he loves to see her, and it's definitely one of the more exciting parts in his life. Without hospice, I think that he'd be in a lot worse shape, and I don't know. Hospice is just a blessing, and I recommend it to anybody.
My name is Taylor.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's his youngest grandchild. I'm Stephanie Duncan. I'm his oldest daughter. Hospice has been great. He's not hurting all the time, which has been a big thing. And his nurse has been absolutely wonderful. Both my mom and my sister are wonderful nurses, but it was nice seeing another nurse that serves the community to help those that are struggling with end-of-life care, just the decisions in how to make it easier. And they've given him, I think, more quality in being able to spend with his family. You want to say thank you?
Thank you.
I'm Susan. James is my dad. I've worked with hospice since 2009. My mom worked with hospice, just, supplemental here and there when I was a kid. And I always knew about hospice, and I knew they took care of the dying or the terminally ill. That was my thought. But I didn't really fully understand it. And even whenever I went and applied for the job, during my interview, my boss, who was wonderful, Tina, shout out. She got a poker face out of this world.
Yes.
But I really didn't understand it. I really didn't. And I don't think anybody really truly understands hospice until they experience hospice. But I remember during my interview, I thought, I just wanted to go, I didn't get the job. Can I just go home, please? But to my surprise, I did. And my first day in orientation is just something about the people and the atmosphere and the warm hearts. I went straight to her at our lunch break and I said, I want to work here full time. And it took me a little bit of just working supplemental, helping open the inpatient unit, the care center, before I got to get to that full-time position. But my first year working with hospice, my husband's grandfather actually got sick. And this is just one of the things that hospice does. They go above and beyond, and they really do move mountains. And it's not just for anybody. It's not just because I worked there. It's for everybody. We do it for everybody. And I remember coming home from work. I worked night shift, and they had brought, my husband's grandfather lived with us, and they had brought him home and put him on the couch. The ambulance, the EMS did. And that next morning, whenever I came in, his wife, my husband's grandmother, who also lived there, was trying to get him up to a 5-gallon bucket to use the bathroom. And it was just like mind boggling to me. But he was set up with home health, and I called them. And I was told that they could be out there on Monday. This was a Friday. And that, we would have to fend for ourselves pretty much. So I called hospice. And there wasn't anything, I really didn't expect for him to sign up for hospice, but I didn't know what else to do. So I called. And I am not exaggerating on this one bit. Within 20 minutes, a representative of hospice was at our house, was already talking to him. And by noon on that day, he had a hospital bed, a bedside table, a bedside commode. He was set up and he was comfortable. It was completely his choice on signing up, but he was comfortable. And then whenever I got up that evening to go back to work, his children were all sitting in the living room, and they all looked at me and they were like, "Why is Dad with hospice?" And he said, "I am comfortable and I am good. Leave her alone." And he was really, really happy to be with hospice. Since then, I've learned a lot more about what we do and how hospice isn't about the terminally ill. It isn't about just, dying, and it isn't all depressing. I've worked not only at the care center, but I've done homeside nursing. I have been inside homes with families, and not only are we there in any way that we can be to support them, even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, going out just to provide some kind of comfort, even if it's just our presence with a smile on our face, because I don't know of one hospice nurse that isn't smiling. It's just that extra support, knowing you're not alone. You have somebody with some kind of knowledge, somebody you can always turn to, and people that are always willing to find an answer for you. And amazingly, over the years, and I still learn today, all the different things that not only our nurses can do, but our chaplains, our social workers. A lot of people are like, we don't need a chaplain, and even that is something in itself. They can do so much more than just be there spiritually. And then our social workers, a lot of people have bad thoughts about them because social workers tend to have a bad rap, with child protective services and all that. But our social workers are really great for emotional support, for counseling. They help set up power of attorneys. They help with funeral arrangements. And the benefits that hospice has for our families, even after their loved ones are gone, is something that I think a lot of people don't expect and that they don't realize that is there. But when my dad started to get sick, I just knew automatically that's what I wanted for him was hospice. If anything, that's what I wanted, because I wanted my dad to be comfortable. I wanted him to be able to enjoy his life and have the good quality. I wanted him to be able to spend time with his family and his children and his grandchildren and try to do something that he loved. It just so happened that we ended up with a really great nurse, which I think all families get really, really attached to their nurses, not just Chris that we got attached to, but all families end up getting attached to their nurses and their social workers. And I'm 100% a hospice supporter. I've told my boss many times, you're going to have to drag me out, and I'm going to come back every single day if you fire me until you decide to rehire me. I'm not going to go anywhere. But I just think it's a good change in focus of care, focusing on the comfort and the quality and the deeper meaning in life other than just the medical treatments and, trying to get better. And I think in the long run, people do get better. They heal a different part of them. Maybe not the terminal illness, but maybe spiritually, socially, family, different part gets healed. And so I'm very thankful that my dad got to be a part of hospice, that we got to be a part of hospice, and that we continue to get to be a part of hospice. And I don't know. I think it's probably the best decision we made. I know he's a lot happier. What? Yeah, you can have one thing. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Clayton again. I'm sorry for interrupting and talking again. But something just came on my mind that I really want to talk about. Also, before Granddad went on hospice, you know, he couldn't do much, and he was, really just, he sat in his room all day hurting. But after he went on hospice, he got the proper medication to help ease his pain. And one thing that he got to do to enjoy in life is teach me, my brother, and all of his grandkids, because now he's not hurting, and he can, roll out to the garage and, show us how to change the oil and do, whatever he'd like to show us. Obviously there's limits to it, but before he couldn't do anything like that. And I just really wanted to say thank you, Hospice, because that's one thing that I was sad I was going to miss out on my granddad, is for him to teach me things. And now I know that he's going to be able to, and that means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to him, too. All right, it's your video.
Oh, no, I'm good. I think that's it, really. I believe. This right here, though.
Now she's on script.
No, this is his nurse. This is my sister.
Her name's Chris Yates. She's young
I'll
enough.
talk later.
I mean,
Love y'all.
Precious.
she's wonderful.
Okay.